Hello, welcome to TNT. Today we're talking about scam centres. Oh, I know, I've heard it all before. We're talking about it in a slightly different way today, sort of scam centres by numbers. I think you'll find this interesting. Now, these scam centres, there's been a lot of publicity about them over the past year. I've certainly done my fair share. And one thing we can promise you is these scam centres are not going anywhere. The people behind them are well funded. They're very skilled, very clever, and they've got a lot of people and skills behind them to keep on scamming people, coming up with new scams, evolving the ones they've been using and adapting to the situation. And if there's a crackdown over here, they'll pack up their computers and move over here, and they'll keep them going. Now, there may be so much pressure here around Southeast Asia, especially in Myanmar and Cambodia, either side of Thailand, that they may move out of the region, but they're not going anywhere. So it's still important for us to be very aware of what's happening with these industrial scale scam centres. How big are they? Well, hopefully this will give you a bit of an idea. So where have I got a lot of the information for today's story, the facts and figures from the IMF, from the UNHRC, from the US Department of Treasury, Reuters, Associated Press, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Interpol, the US Chamber of Commerce, Nation Thailand, Thai PBS World. Also, a lot of other independent journalists have been filing stories, some of them done some incredible work. A lot of the information at the end of the day is an estimation, a guesstimate. I mean, these scam centres aren't filing tax returns, so it's difficult to get a precise handle on exactly the extent. So a lot of these numbers are estimates, but let's go into them. Hundreds of thousands, even up to 700,000, is the estimated number of people trafficked into scam centres across Southeast Asia over the past 2 years. Earlier this year, there were a few highly publicised raids on some of these scam centres, and there have been hundreds and even thousands of people who have been released from these scam centres, some people even escaping on their own and passing on some of the horrors about the way that people are trafficked into these scam centres and what happens if people don't try and comply with the scammers. I mean, these are just horror stories. Beyond that, there are still thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people still trapped inside these scam centres with no end in sight, and in some ways just no hope as to what's going to happen to them in the future. They don't know if people are still looking for them. In many cases, the families pay extortionate, literally extortionate amounts of money to get their loved ones free. Basically, just another income stream for the scammers. 10 to 18 billion US dollars is the estimated losses to US citizens, just US citizens, from Southeast Asian-based scam centres last year. So these scammers aren't stupid. They're going to be going after the people with the deepest pockets. And so you're going to get countries like the US, Europe, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, places even like South Africa, where people are going to have more money to be scammed. But the scams have gone a lot beyond that, and a lot of the people scammed are Chinese, and a lot of the scammers are also Chinese. 18 to 37 billion US dollars is the cyber fraud losses in East and Southeast Asia last year. So it's not just Western countries, a lot of Asian countries also being targeted with, as you can see, huge amounts of money being extracted from citizens' pockets. 66, the number of host countries of victims who are trafficked into scam centres. So it's not just China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, African countries, Vietnam. It's 66 different countries around the world where they're able to traffic people to come and work in these scam centres, usually with offers of fake jobs, usually very high-paying jobs. People think, yeah, that'd be fun, only to find out that it's nothing what they expect, and their passports are confiscated and they're kidnapped and taken into these scam centres, in some cases never to be seen again. 74%, the percentage of trafficked victims who are from the Southeast Asian region. So whilst it is 66 countries, the majority of the people who are trafficked in are from Southeast Asian countries. Up to 200 the number of registered and unregistered casinos in Cambodia, many fronting sophisticated scam operations. So in places like Poi Phet in Cambodia, Sihanoukville in Cambodia, Takilek just across the Thai border in Myanmar, they have a lot of these very fancy looking casinos, but there's 3 tables near the front door and you really don't know what's going on behind the walls and the huge complexes behind them. 168 million, that's the number of scam calls and fraudulent SMS messages detected in Thailand last year, more than double from the year before. So they're just flooding the zone. They're just sending thousands of these scam messages every day to different people. A lot of these messages are now being blocked on your phone by the operators of the different message apps, but there's still plenty of ways that they're able to contact you, and you just have to be very aware of what you're doing with your use of social media to try and avoid them. 27, that's the number of acknowledged and known scam complexes in Myanmar. That was up from 11 6 years before. And you can be sure in the case of Myanmar, basically a failed state, that that number will increase from 27 as the scam centres may close near the border of Thailand and just disappear into the hills somewhere else in Myanmar. 14 billion US dollars, that's the value of Bitcoin seized from Cambodian national Chen Shi and his Prince Group Holdings company by US and UK authorities. Now this just happened a month ago and Chen Shi is still on the run, and a little bit more information about what he's left behind. The number 19, that's the number of London properties owned by Chen Shi, along with his private jet and Picasso painting. Mr. Chen, sadly unable to use the services of his private jet or enjoy his cubism art right now. Millions, that's the number of fraudulent mobile phone numbers linked to the Prince Group Holdings. Remembering this is just one company in Cambodia, and that one company with millions of fraudulent mobile phone numbers. 76,000, that's the number of social media accounts linked to just one scam centre operated by Prince Group Holdings. At this stage, authorities still investigating Prince Group Holdings. There could be 10 scam centres, perhaps hundreds, linked to this one company. The number 16, that's the number of Chinese nationals who have been sentenced to death by Chinese courts for their involvement in Burmese scam centres. And this is just in the last couple of months, the Chinese government not mucking around, and it's related to a number of scam centres in the far north of Myanmar, right on the Chinese border, principally involving 2 scam families. And then the number 7, that's the number of Thai politicians named in the Thai parliament with alleged links to Cambodian scam operations. That includes the former Deputy Finance Minister in the Anatin Charvitakul government. There are some 6 other Thai politicians who have been named and investigations are ongoing. So there you are, the sort of scam centres by numbers. There's plenty of other statistics I could dig out, but it does give you a bit of a glimpse into the statistical nature of this industrial scale scam operations. Hopefully that's been of interest. Don't forget that you can buy me a coffee. Please subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.